I tend to get sunburn no matter how much sunblock I use. What do you think I'm doing wrong? You know, I'm a person, have you ever heard of this? I'm allergic to sunblock. I put sunblock on and I get red everywhere it touches.
Yes, that can happen to some people.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, well, it's different. You know,
yeah. My dermatologist gave me one that I can use, but like grocery store, drugstore, they often just, I'm wildly allergic.
Sometimes you're hyper allergic to something like that, and that can happen. But this is a very common question. It's a time of the year where people wonder. So let's first look at a graphic of what UVA, because we're talking about ultraviolet light. So let's pull up a graphic. As you can see here, what we're concerned about is the UVB and the UVA. Now, the UVB is a shorter wavelength. The UVA is a longer wavelength. And what happens is the UVB really affects the skin surface and the top of the skin, which is called the epidermis. Epi means above, dermis is the lower level. Mm-hmm. So UVB causes most of the sunburn that you see. The UVA actually is also a problem. We don't talk about it very often, but the UVA penetrates deeper, and that's really responsible for things like your sunspots, the aging spots that you see.
Right, discoloration of your skin.
Melanoma, I mean, is that where you...
Well, both cause cancer. So UVA and UVB cause cancer, so you should really pay attention to it. So what do you look for? As far as the sunscreen is concerned, you want to look for things that have two major ingredients. Avobenzone, which protects against the UVA, avobenzone, and the oxybenzone, which is important because it helps with the UVB and a little bit of the short-acting UVA. So those two things should be in your sunscreen or sunblock, and also an SPF of 30 or greater. That's the key, right? Cover all.
Mine's 50, the one that my doctor gets.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Cover all areas to make sure, even behind the ears and the feet, because they get sun also. And you know, it's not that expensive.
Oh, I have seen people with sunburn on their feet. I feel so terrible for them.
It's like they're
trying to shuffle along. Yeah, it's awful.
So this is really critical. Now, another thing is this. What I like to do when you get sunburn, and by the way, you know, people have to realize, even though you have a nice-looking tan that makes you look like you've been like luxuriating in Florida, that is still sun damage. And sun damage is accumulating, which means that it keeps aggregating. So one injury, another injury, and you end up affecting your DNA. That's what causes cancer. So even though it looks good, and everyone likes the look of, you know, being on the beach, that sun damage can be cumulative, and when you get older, you get wrinkles. That's why you wrinkle faster.
That's right.
Why are you pointing at me?
Well, you know, women like to be tan because they think it makes them look thinner.
Yes.
But
is that why?
Oh, absolutely.
It makes you look healthy.
But no, it isn't. You're actually damaging yourself. You're not getting healthier. You're getting sicker.
You just look it. It's like
But if you can buy it, if you can buy the quality of products you can buy now to self-tan
fake tan,
100%.
are so much better than they were 10 years ago.
And now there's natural spray, too, right?
That's right. So I just want to advise you, I have to say this, that it may look good, but you really are causing some serious problems.